we're back here in the old Mormon fort again, because I actually had to crash and had to go work on some things. It's the first crash I've had in New Vegas in a while, which is saying something. And for some reason there is a lot of bloom today that I'm hoping fixes itself in a minute or two here. But I realized that I kind of walked past something and just offhandedly mentioned something that we really should be working on. Because pretty much every other companion that we can get sorted out has been sorted out now, with a couple of exceptions. And one of those, a major one, is Arcade. So I figured I might as well find Arcade, work with him, get him back up in Adam, and maybe we can get his stuff done today as well. I just gotta find him. There he is.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher, not even a particularly good one.
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries, stim packs out of barrel cacti, and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims.
What's the goal?
For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere.
You don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Isn't that the language that Caesar's legion speaks? That's, insulting, but it's fine.
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were quite pleasant. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with the gentleman across the river.
Where did you learn that?
Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar.
Very true. Do you know much about him?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers, before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
Need what?
Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago.
Very true. Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
Do you need any help?
Personally, no. But thanks to you, Julie says we're a lot better off these days. I'll take her word for it. So thanks.
Would you like to come with me? I could use someone skilled in medicine.
You've helped the followers, so you can't be entirely bad. To be honest, I haven't heard anyone say a negative word about you. As long as you keep working to help people around here get a fair shake, sure, I'll lend a hand. All right, let's not waste any time. There are people out there to help, things to learn. Maybe not in that order, but let's get to it.
Arcade gives us better healing. And I do want to check something.
I'm not exactly a mercenary, but taking out scumbags of this magnitude wouldn't cause me to lose any sleep.
I don't know which scumbags he's talking about, but let's talk to
Not sure who this friend of yours is, but if he's looking down on Vegas, he's either God or the moon.
Don't know who you're talking about, but that's all right. So it looks like Cass is still working as a companion. So the reason I'm checking is because I'm using a new mod in between the few seconds ago where you saw me last and now. I am trying to use Arcade Rehired, which is a mod that will allow us to keep Arcade even after we do his companion quest. Usually once you do his quest, he disappears regardless of which choice, regardless of which solution you choose. And I'd like to not have that happen, if possible. Of course, we haven't used Arcade all this time, so if he does disappear, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's not like we're losing a main team member. Well, we are, just one I haven't been using. But if we can get it to work, that just means Arcade gets to tag along for a little longer, and that's fine by me. So, first things first is that Arcade's quest is a little bit tricky to start. You gotta do main quest things, but we can start it a little bit earlier. So let's do some of those things. First things first, I could have sworn we've been down here already, but apparently not. We've got the old nuclear test site, which apparently we haven't actually gone to yet. It's usually full of ghouls, so who knows what it's full of now. But that's just kind of a single stop on our way down to Searchlight Airport. which we will be quite a bit more involved with later on if we do the same mods that I'm planning on doing. Just take out a couple of things from a distance. There we go. And this should help sort everything out. Right about, let's see. You have a buddy down there too? No, it's just a crazed handy. Or a regular handy. Here is the old test site. Yeah, crazed Mr. Handy and an iBot. There we go. Get this out. Ow! Ow! You're still alive? Arcade's unconscious, but that's fine. He'll get up in a minute. Yeah, that's usually a bit of a different fight, just because it's all ghouls, but we managed to make it through. Arcade is fine. And we can just loot a couple of things here. And if I haven't gone into the nuclear test site, I may as well run down there real quick, because there is one other thing I can grab. But this isn't our main objective, so we don't need to spend too much time here. Yeah, it's a little bit irradiated, so let's pump some Rad-X first. Let's see, radiation. There we go, got tons of the stuff. Head over here, and through this door.
Nuclear waste disposal. Pre-war, people figured there was so much desert in Nevada, you might as well turn it into a big dumping ground. People didn't like it, but they weren't about to give up easy access to power with all the petroleum drying up.
And some interesting little backstory stuff there from Arcade. Just about the lore of the actual worlds rather than anything. Ooh, that's the explosive bobblehead. Plus 10 explosive skill. I will absolutely take that. We've got Trash here, who has an arc welder, a journal, a Remnant's power helmet. That's ironic, given the quest we're currently on. And a copy of Nikola Tesla and You, under another diary. Diaries basically explain this person, Trash, was hanging out here and over time was getting irradiated and more or less wanted to be irradiated. They didn't want to live anymore, more or less. They're kind of done with things and just letting the radiation take them. Kind of sad, but they're dead now, so what are you going to do? But that's not our main objective, although an extra 4 points of energy weapons and the explosive bobblehead are certainly not anything to shake our head at. Instead, what we want is a bit further down the path here. Yes, right over there we can see Searchlight Airport, which, as I said before, is going to be extremely significant to us in a little bit. Once we get started on some certain quests in particular, that's going to be a big place to go. But for now, we're actually looking for this location over here. The Crashed Vertibird. Now, it is a little bit infested with bad stuff. A lot of bad stuff. So let's just carpet bomb it from a distance.
Every day is a good kill 'em all and let God sort it out.
We got a couple more angry robots over there. Take out the hardened sentry bot. And we got a Deathclaw. Just a young Deathclaw, though. Why was that Deathclaw taking damage over time? That's weird. That doesn't make any sense. Well, that's pretty much everything over here sorted out. Perfect. Means we can keep pushing towards our main objective there. Yes, and I'll probably tag the airport real quick while we're here. Just because, like I said, it will be significant pretty soon. We got one more sentry bot. There we go. We got the Crashed Vertibird. And we're looking for...
Vertibird. Interesting. It's been a long time since I've seen one of these.
Yes. When was that?
Huh. Good question. Must have been in a book.
Yes. Arcade. Recognizing vertibirds. A little bit suspicious. Buddies are friends, so it's probably fine. And of course, the actual Tesla beaten prototype is here. The randomizer has been handing those out like candy, so it's not the first one we've gotten, but I will definitely take another one. And I'll just loot these robots real quick. Oh! I almost met my end to a giant green gecko that we somehow missed, but I made it okay. With all these bodies pretty much looted. Yeah, I think that's all of them. They're still in danger from something. Not sure what it is, though, so I think we're probably fine. Got a robo-brain, that's all.
Anything moves, it's gonna get it.
Hi, Mr. Robo-brain.
Still be friends when this is all over.
There we go. And yeah, I just want to find... the Crashed Vertibird is probably as close as we need to get to the airport. That's probably fine. A little camp here. I forget which mod adds this, but it's nice enough. But that's not really our main focus. It's time to head over to Camp McCarran. No need to hang out in the war zone outside. We can head right inside. We've got a fiend right there. Arcade's out of ammo. Alright. Interesting. This NCR trooper didn't stand a chance, apparently. Bad for them. But their loss is my gain. Not that I need that many gains, but I guess I'll take it. We'll head into Camp McCarran.
Working together and they can make or break just about anything.
Yeah, one thing we need to keep an eye out for is that Arcade does have some lines. He comments on a lot of things, but not necessarily, they're not necessarily what we're looking for. What we are looking for is a little bit of something from his response over here when I talk to Hilda.
What do you need?
And time for me to go.
Later.
Maybe not.
What do you need?
That's a bit of a problem. Usually, Hildern has a bit more to say. But on this occasion, I can't get it to work. Usually, you're able to get a little bit more out of Arcade about how he hates Hildern, and the type of person he is. But unfortunately, we are not able to do that today. So, we gotta do something else instead. Yeah, so actually, one of the other ways we can get Arcade a little bit more on the side is to head over here to Helios 1. Because it's a pretty fitting quest, actually, to have Arcade along for. Since it is, you know, a fitting connection. Got some NCR troopers, but Haggerty.
This is a restricted area. State your business.
While you're wearing NCR armor, Legion armor, so that's a bit worrying. There's a bunch of different dialogue options. I will say I saw this place in the distance and want to investigate.
Or you're a Legion spy trying to infiltrate our perimeter. Give me one good reason I should let you through.
Well, I noticed your sword tile isn't collecting much sunlight. I can help. There's another terrifying presence option, which is interesting. Makes me kind of want to do a terrifying presence evil run. Maybe someday.
No need. We already have an expert hard at work on it. Then again, our expert is an idiot. Hell, he might as well be a saboteur. I guess you couldn't do any worse. Have him fill you in on the details. He's in the back of the building. You'll know him when you see him. Keeps his sunglasses on all the time, even when he's sleeping.
Oh, she didn't say the idiot part. Shouldn't there be more people than this defending a power plant?
There should, but we're not getting much power out of it, so none of our enemies have big interest in it either. Not like Hoover Dam, anyway. We had a real fighting force here just long enough to take it from the Brotherhood of Steel. Then they got sent east to the dam like everybody else. Caesar's Legion sends skirmishers every so often, prodding for weaknesses mostly. The reality is, if they really wanted it, we'd all be dead.
There we go. And we can get a little more information. We already know why the Brotherhood was there. Because Elder, not McNamara, jeez, I can't think of his name. The evil one, Elder. What was his name? I can't remember his name. Jeez, that's bugging me that I can't remember it.
Hello.
But he was in charge of the Brotherhood here. They were trying to activate Archimedes, but they were unable to. We've basically learned that from Veronica. Where is my robot? Oh, there they are. That's good. I thought my robot just died, so that was a bit worrying. But if we head past a lot of this stuff, there's some nice stuff to loot around here. And there's a door we can get into there. There's just an exit. There are actually two rooms that we want. This one right here in this footlocker, I believe, is the Eastern Reflector Control Terminal password. Very handy. And a DC Journal of Internal Medicine. Also handy. And the Eastern password. And a shoulder-mounted machine gun. Yes, all things that make sense to be found here in this power plant. Arcade, that helmet looks surprisingly fitting on you. I don't know why. Is it good for me to use that book yet? That DC journal? My medicine is 82, so yes. I will say yes. DC journal. There we go, an extra 4 points of medicine. I will take it. And let's go on to the other path, which is right over here. This door. Got an NCR guard dog, which is a red scorpion queen from the looks of it. Good. Great. Luckily, I can jump over that and head to the back of the power plant right here. I'll take a coffee mug and a clipboard. And I'm just going to put on a little bit of speech clothing. Where is it? There we go. I won't be needing to shoot many people in here, but I may need to talk to some people. Yes, it's definitely this way. Because it is these little crates. These adorable little crates. And some glasses. I'm going to take those because those look like Arcade's glasses. And they're probably a better fit than that helmet. And I can talk to the idiot.
Who the hell are you? They bring you in to replace me? They're replacing me, aren't they?
Settle down. I'm not here to replace anyone.
Damn right you're not. Goddamn right. Why would they? You can't top this guy. Just a little more time. You can't keep Fantastic down for long.
What job do you have here?
What else? I'm in charge. This whole operation depends on me. No Fantastic, no power. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats. And it feels so good.
What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, see, we're getting power because the guy running this place is fantastic. But the mirrors outside aren't aimed right, so we're running at 1% efficiency. And I guess that just isn't good enough for some assholes. Trouble is, most of the controls for this place aren't here. They're in the tower. And that place has some crazy pre-war security system that the dumb shit NCR set off when they took over. Killed 2 guys. Now they won't go near it. They want me to make an omelet, but I can't break any of their eggs. Know what I'm saying?
How would someone retarget the mirrors?
There's these 2 terminals outside. They control the mirrors. I tried fooling with them, but didn't get very far. You'd have to get them to talk to the mainframe up in the tower, then do the rest from up there. I'm guessing, but it sounds good, right? Hey, you're not thinking about going up there, are you?
I am now.
Well, hey, if you find yourself up at the mainframe, do yourself a favor and make sure you send the power to the right place. It needs to go to the Strip and McCarran.
Why should the power go to the Strip and McCarran?
Because I get paid, that's why. Per kilowatt hour. Whatever the hell that is. That's where the NCR wants the power, so that's where I want it. But you know, you do that, maybe I put in a good word for you with them. Fantastic's little helper. There's a reputation you can hang your hat on.
How did you get this job? I think this is the great line.
It was easy, man. They were going door to door asking if anyone knew any scientists. I said look no further. They asked me if I knew anything about power plants. I said as much as anyone I had ever met. They asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said welcome aboard.
Yeah, he's useless and an idiot. So, goodbye.
Here, you'll want this. It's the password to one of the terminals outside. Found it written on one of the stalls in the bathroom.
Yep, the Western
In case
password.
it's not obvious, I think you should redirect the power to Freeside and Outer Vegas.
Why not help the whole area equally?
NCR troops control Hoover Dam. Why did they need more power?
And I can say with intelligence of 7, redundancy, if Caesar takes the dam and cuts off the power, it will be chaos all over New Vegas.
That's a valid point. I'm not really behind the NCR in all of this, but the last thing I want is panic in the streets.
Very true. With that one done, that is 2 points towards getting good old arcade stuff done a little bit early. But before we continue, there's someone else that's going to approach us. In just a moment, we just got to find him. There he is.
It's
Ignacio.
unusual to see a new face here. Are you a soldier or a scientist?
My interest in this place is scientific.
Then we have that in common. Whom do you typically work with?
I'm traveling with Arcade Gannon. I'm in the Brotherhood of Steel. I mean, that's true, but it's not what I should say. This is your turf. For all I know, you could have killed me for my allegiance. Who are you with?
Very well, yes. I'm part of the followers of the apocalypse. If you're not familiar, we seek peace and the spread of knowledge. Knowledge that must never be lost to the world. Now your turn.
I want what you want.
That's reassuring. Although many who've made that claim to the followers of the apocalypse over the years have had less than pure intentions. But if it's really as you say, then take my advice. This installation carries with it dangers that no one here has realized. Take care what you do here and who you listen to. Some things are best left buried with the old world.
What more is there to this place than a power plant?
I don't entirely know. Our records on the company that built this place suggest that their dealings were not only in energy, but also in weapons. And I've seen equipment here marked with symbols used by the pre-war military, targeting computers, shock sensors. A code word comes up repeatedly in the papers I've looked through here. Archimedes.
Yes. You think Archimedes is a weapon they built here? NCR asked me to help increase the plant's power.
And I would say do it. As long as the power of this plant is committed to the regional grid and not to a weapon, we are safe. If you're the one to restore output, then you can route the power where you choose, and they'll never be the wiser. I can't get you past the security in the tower, but I can be of some help. I've discovered a password for one of the mirror control terminals outside. You'll need it.
Where should I route the power?
Oh, the NCR has their own designs for it, no doubt, but resist the urge to send it only to the thriving communities. The need for power is great everywhere. Distributing it evenly is the most rational and humane choice.
Yeah, Ignacio agrees with that route of directing it to everybody. And you think Archimedes is a weapon they built here?
Yes, and the technology they have in this facility is like nothing I've seen. Some of it reminds me of Enclave equipment, but more advanced. A weapon based upon it would be catastrophic, no matter who claimed it. It's no wonder the Brotherhood wouldn't give it up.
Yes. We already know that the Brotherhood knew about Archimedes. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And now we have both terminal passwords, multiple copies of some of them, in fact, which means we can head outside and do that lucky old sun.
Hello.
Now, admittedly, we're not actually gaining anything else. Whoops, I'm still wearing talking clothes. That's probably not necessary. Also, they weren't necessary, period. Yeah, doing the rest of this quest doesn't actually help us with, our good buddy, Arcade any further. I keep forgetting his name. I keep blanking on it. But what it does do is help us just a little bit with some experience and getting another main quest done. And it's a little bit more fame with both the NCR and the followers. Not that we need more of that, but I'll take it. It's better than not having it. Disarm the mine. There's another mine over there. Reset connection. There we go. The bloom is still ridiculous. I don't know what's going on there. Got NCR troopers patrolling. Ah, I love when the randomizer changes on a dime to just make fun of me. But on this occasion, I tricked it. It got rid of the terrible bloom. Perfect. And there should be some less than ecstatic guard dogs in here. Unless they've already been dealt with. They've already been dealt with. I've never seen that before. Reset the connection. Perfect. Use the Helios 1 mainframe to send power to a destination of your choosing. So now we just head into the tower and do that very quickly. Now there are enemies in here. Some of which are, I was going to say turrets. It's technically a turret. That seemed effective. Did that kill the Deathclaw? Oh, it did. That's good. Just gonna sneak into this room, because this room always has a couple of frag mines there. Exceptionally handy. And do we have any ammo? Some 45 hollow points. This turret helps us disable some... that terminal helps us disable some turrets. Did I say it right that time? Yes. Which is probably not a bad idea. Of course, I blew up the turrets, so it's just going to be giving me experience. So I'll just hack through that real quick. Terminal hacked. I don't need to disable the turrets because they're already dead. Whoops. Put the power fist back on, please. Thank you. I'll just loot these guys real quick in case they had anything good on them. Nothing too significant, so let's just hop down here and do some robot punching. There we go. Dead Deathclaw, which exploded with robot bits again. Love to see it. But there's not that much in here. Of course, I say that and I'm walking past two or three containers that probably do have gold bars in them with my luck, but oh well. I have more than enough money, it's perfectly fine. So I'll just fight my way through this. There we are. Fought my way through a couple of enemies to get down here, nothing too major, nothing too exciting. And now we can head into the rest of the tower. Unfortunately, still no bloatfly meat, which is too bad. It's weird that at this point in the game, that's the thing I'm looking for the most, but oh well. And in here, there's not even an enemy around. So all I need to do is head over here. And there should be a little... There's a robot, python, and... oh, it's downstairs, isn't it? There's a little wire that we need to fix right here. Pair of 35 and one piece of scrap metal required. Do I not have any scrap metal? Really? I don't have any scrap metal. You've got to be joking me. Duct tape, that's kind of like scrap metal. Does that count? No? Okay. Hot plate, that doesn't help. Alright, I'm gonna go look for scrap metal, because apparently that's where we're at in this. Ah, okay. I was hoping to just do the, you know, the repair check, but actually with science of 45, I can hardwire the robot, and it can fix the spot. I knew that was a thing. I was hoping to do both for experience, but I don't think that even gave me any experience points, so oh well. What are you gonna do, eh? Pretty sad that I couldn't find a single piece of scrap metal in this room, and I'm sure there is one that I missed, but oh well. Python fixes that. Thank you, Python. And now I activate the terminal via an auxiliary generator. So go back down. There we go. Now I can activate the mainframe terminal and configure the power grid. We want to do the full region, but we don't want to do emergency output because that will overload it. So full region. Insufficient capacity, brownouts likely. Oh well.
I suppose an even distribution is better than nothing.
Yep. It's good for everybody. We don't need to mess with Archimedes. We don't have to power Archimedes 2. All that stuff is neat, but not nearly necessary. And I literally wait a single hour. We pull the lever. And there we go. Look at it shine. Now I'll just go downstairs and talk to Ignacio very quickly. Here we are back with Ignacio. I didn't actually see any scrap metal the whole way back, so I don't feel quite as bad.
What can I help you with?
I have great news. I diverted the power grid.
I saw that on the monitors here, and you sent it to everyone. Very admirable. Now that the NCR is more or less what they want, hopefully their curiosity about the plan is satisfied, and they'll dig no deeper. The followers will be grateful. Here, take these as a parting gift. I hope you'll find them useful.
Thank you very much. A little bit more experience. And goodbye. And we do get a big book of science, which is kind of nice. It's usually a great way to get science up, and that's why you do it earlier than this. But my science was bumped to 100 immediately. This is actually the quest that immediately came to mind once I hit Science 100. I was like, oh, well, I guess I don't get any real reward for this, but 3 stim packs, fame, experience. I'll take what I can get, I suppose. And also, if I head, into this little lab here, I don't recognize any of this. This is definitely from a mod, yeah. Nano array terminal. This is almost certainly from a mod. Alright, we're going to leave this be. But there's one thing I wanted to check out outside, so I'll meet you guys over there. Now, on my way back through the solar field here, I did spot something out in this field that made me realize something. Something to do with the thing on my back. There's a lot of challenges in New Vegas, and some of them we can technically do still in the randomizer. It's totally screwed up, but it's still definitely possible. That's just a bear shooting at us, that's fine. That's not what I was focused on. But one of those challenges is called a Flavo Base, which is a Bioshock 1 reference. And it requires us beating a certain individual to death with a 9-iron or a driver defies club. And I see that individual right over here. I don't know if this will work. I hope it does, because I like free experience points. Give it to me! It didn't seem to work. I don't know if I've already gotten that in the past. Maybe it doesn't count if it's not actual Mr. House. Alright, that was less climactic than I thought it would be, so we're just gonna leave now. But yeah. With that done, we only have 2 points for our buddy here. Oh, we got a supermutant. That's fine. Yeah, we only actually accrue 2 points for arcade, which means we're going to need a couple more. And the best way to get those is a certain quest, which, if we want to get arcade stuff done early, we're going to have to do that way. It's turned completely pitch black. I can't see a thing. This is ridiculous. Alright, cool. But next time, we're heading back to McCarran. We're gonna do that quest. And, maybe then we'll be able to get onto everything that Arcade wants to get done for Auld Lang Syne. Because, here's the thing. As this draws to a close, things are breaking. I know that we're doing pretty well. But everything in the background has been just continuously breaking over and over with this playthrough. For instance, the reason I haven't shown Novak on screen for quite a few episodes is because whenever I go to Novak, there's an entire army of raiders and fiends and things attacking it, and they almost always kill important NPCs. One in particular is Daisy Whitman, and also they're killing Boone. That's a problem. Every single time I go to the Good Springs, there is a 70% chance that there's some sort of monster outside of the Prospector Saloon. Every single time I go to Freeside, somebody decides, hey, I'll fire a fat man inside the city streets. So things are going to break, and the longer this playthrough goes on, I assume it's only going to get worse, and all the good progress we've made is going to flounder and fail. So that's good. My only hope is that we can get a lot more of the game done before that happens. But next time, we will get more done. We will continue towards the end, because we're doing pretty good. We've got a few quests left. Maybe next time, after we clean some of that up, we can also look at another mod or a DLC. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Remember to be nice to other people and be awesome out there. And I'll see you in the next one. Unlike, my actual vision. I can't see a thing. I think those red dots are... Am I in first person or third person? I have no idea. Oh, I can see again. This is worse. See you guys next time.